R.M.Aviation. Just a reminder, we do have an art competition going on at the moment, so if you'd like to check the channel's posts, you'll be able to see more information about that. So in today's episode, we're going to change it up a bit. We're going to be discussing Trans World Airways, or TWA, and how they collapsed and what caused it to collapse. So Trans World Airways, or TWA, was one of the major American carriers, collapsed during the combination of internal and external factors. The airline's decline was a result of multiple challenges that spanned from financial difficulties, operational issues, and broader shifts in the aviation industry. Here's a detailed analysis of why TWA collapsed. First of all, we had financial struggles and debt. TWA faced significant financial problems, particularly from the 1970s onwards. Its airline accumulated a massive debt as it expanded and tried to keep up with its competitors. The debt burden strained the company's finances and prevented it from investing adequately in new technology or improving its fleet, making it less competitive in the long run. High operating costs. TWA's costs, especially fuel costs, were high compared to its competitors during the 1970s, with oil prices spiking due to OPEC oil embargo. Many airlines, including TWA, struggled to manage the rising cost of fuel. Debt load. TWA was consistently grappling with large amounts of debt, which limited its ability to invest in modernizing its fleet, improving customer service, or expanding its network. This created an unmanageable financial situation over time. Second of all, we had management and leadership issues. The leadership instability and poor management decisions were significant contributions to TWA's downfall. Frequent changes in leadership over the years. TWA had several different changes within leadership, which led to a lack of strategic continuity. When different CEOs with differing visions took the helm, they struggled to enact long-term plans that would ensure the airline's survival and profitability. Poor strategic decisions. TWA made several poor strategic decisions over the years, such as focusing too much on long-haul international routes rather than diversifying into more profitable domestic short-haul routes. They often lagged behind its competitors in adopting new technologies and innovation. Third of all, we had labour issues. TWA faced significant labour unrest over the years, and the airline had multiple strikes, labour disputes, and worker dissatisfaction that disrupted the operations in a negative way and affected its public image. Frequent strikes. TWA's unions were frequently in conflict with the country over wage issues, working conditions, and job security. These issues led to strikes and disputes in services and caused financial losses. The strikes also hurt the airline's reputation among customers who valued reliability. Costly labour contracts. TWA's labour contracts became increasingly expensive, and the airline struggled to balance these costs with its financial stability. Competition and market changes. The deregulation of the airline industry in 1978 marked the turning point. While deregulation removed the government control over fares and routes, it also created an intensely competitive environment that many legacy carriers, including TWA, struggled to adapt to. Deregulation. After the Airline Deregulation Act of 1978, the competition increased drastically. New low-cost carriers entered the market, and existing carriers were unable to compete more freely, making it harder for airlines like TWA to maintain its mainstream market share. TWA, which had traditionally focused on long-haul international flights, found it difficult to compete with these new entrants that could offer low fares at better efficiency. Increasing competition. TWA's competitors such as American Airlines, United Airlines, and Delta began to outperform it by modernizing their fleets and improving services and new entrant markets more effectively. Economic recession and external factors. The broader economic environment also played a role in TWA's decline. Several factors contributed to the inability to thrive in the volatile market. Economic recession. The 1980s and 1990s saw several economic recessions that affected the discretionary spending, leading to the drop in business and leisure travel. As passengers' numbers fell, TWA struggled to maintain profitability. Increased fuel costs. The higher fuel costs continued to plague the airline industry, and TWA was no exception. The airline was unable to adjust its pricing model and reduce fuel expenses effectively, further eroding its profit margins. Terrorism and safety concerns. The airline was impacted by safety and security concerns, most notably the 1985 hijacking of TWA Flight 847. The terrorist attack severely damaged the airline's reputation and caused significant loss of public confidence. Terrorist attacks. TWA Flight T847 was a hijacking incident in 1985, was widely publicised and resulted in the death of several passengers and crew members. The event, combined with the fear of flying, hurt TWA's brand image and led to the decline in passengers, especially in international markets. Safety and reputation. TWA struggled to recover its reputation as a safe airline, which in turn impacted its sales and revenues. The acquisition and final collapse. Despite attempts at a turnaround, TWA's financial situation continued to worsen, and the airline struggled to remain competitive in 2001. TWA filed for bankruptcy protection, and the second time in less than a decade. The acquisition by American Airlines in 2001, American Airlines acquired TWA after the latter had filed for bankruptcy for the second time. This acquisition essentially marked the end of TWA as an independent airline, and American Airlines absorbed TWA's assets, routes, and aircraft. TWA ceased to exist as a standalone entity. In conclusion, TWA's collapse can be attributed to the combination of financial management, leadership instability, labour disputes, and the failure to adapt to market changes and external pressures such as rising fuel costs and the impact of terrorism. The airline inability to evolve in a rapidly changing aviation industry ultimately led to its decline and acquisition by American Airlines. Please like and subscribe if you would like to see more content just like this. We're going to do a mini-series on airlines that have collapsed and why they collapsed. And we're also hoping that you can join the art competition if you're interested. And please stay safe and tune in next time for the next episode of R.M.Aviation.